If you're looking for a way to update your 2015 to 2023 Challenger's front end and give it a more classic muscle car look, then this Phantom style stainless steel billet upper grille will be just right for you. Featuring classic old school style, solid construction, a low price, and an easy installation, it makes for the perfect addition to any build. The Challenger styling has always harkened back to the glory days of Mopar muscle cars, and this Phantom style grille is the perfect way to take that retro style just a little bit further. It gives your car an air of old school menace, and if this puts you in mind of the iconic 1968 Charger, well, that is no mistake. By covering the entirety of the front upper grille and headlight area, this gives the front end of the car that late 60s muscle car vibe. It covers everything from headlight to headlight, and especially if you black out your inner grille surrounds, this blends in perfectly without compromising your headlight output or impacting cooling. It's really all about the look here, and especially since this is finished in black, it blends in very well and just gives you that truly classic look you're after. Construction here is all billet stainless steel, just like it says in the name. And the black finish adds another layer of protection to that stainless steel, so it should look good for a long time. It also comes with the brackets pre-installed, meaning that installation is a cinch, and we're going to talk more about that momentarily. Pricing comes in at about $125, making this a really affordable way to get some additional style on your ride. If you like the look and you can spare a few bucks, I'd say it's a worthwhile addition to any build. Installation gets a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and the job should take you about 1 hour to complete, maybe even a little bit less. This is totally bolt-in, and it doesn't require you to make any permanent modifications to your car, so it's super easy for anyone to tackle at home. Really, you're just going to bolt right through the existing grille, right into these brackets that are already installed. We're going to walk you through that process step by step right now, so for that, let's head on out to the shop.
Tools required for this install include an electric and a hand ratchet, a clip remover tool, Phillips and flathead screwdrivers, and 7 and 10 millimeter sockets. What's up guys? Today we're installing a grille on our Challenger. First we're going to have to remove our front bumper, so we're going to watch a quick uninstall video showing you how to pull that off, and I'll meet you back here for the install.
Alright, now for the uninstall, we do have to remove our bumper to access the headlight bolts, so what we're going to have to do is a couple of preliminary things. We popped our hood, we're going to remove the 2 pieces for the radiator shroud to expose a couple of pushpin clips, and I'll use this panel removal tool to get those off. So under the hood, you'll find this little open hole on the side, on each side. You're going to pull up on that and set these guys aside. Alright, now the first points that are connecting the bumper are these little black pushpin clips. There's 6 of them on the black pieces. There are a couple in between that are on your factory paint color, in our case Hemi Orange. You don't have to do those that are sitting on the paint color, just on the black plastic trim. Use a panel removal tool or something similar to get these guys off. You're basically just lifting up on the center piece, and then it loosens up and you can pull it out. Set these aside. All right, now in the corners above each headlight where the bumper meets the fender, there's a small 10 millimeter nut on a stud holding on the corners there. We have to get that off. For this, I would highly recommend a 10 millimeter swivel socket. I'm gonna use my impact gun, an extension, and my swivel socket here. It might be a little tough to see, but once you get that locked on there, you can get it off. All right, just be careful not to drop it in. It can be pretty difficult. All right, just like that. Repeat that on the other side. For this one, we put the Challenger up in the air a little bit, but you can work on the ground as well. We're going to be removing the 4 plastic pushpin clips in the wheel well. This is holding on this liner, which will give us access to a bolt underneath. Grab a panel removal tool, and you're going to remove all 4. Ours is missing one, but that's all right. We've got 3 more to work with. You should have 4 there. Next, what you're going to do is take the wheel well liner and you're going to peel it back. Underneath of that, you'll see that there is a 10 millimeter bolt holding the fender to the bumper. All right, for this next bolt, we have this 10 millimeter right here. I'm going to use my 10 socket to get this off. Next, we have a bolt that's pretty difficult to get to. It's where the fender meets the bumper upward a little bit more, parallel to the headlight. So it's right about here facing toward the back of the vehicle. It's a nut on a stud. Now, you're never really gonna be able to see that on camera. It's so close up in here, but we're gonna use an extension and a swivel socket to get in there. We're gonna drop it on and remove the 10mm nut. Like I said, tough to see, but if you follow this line up, it's right about here. All right, so now I'm gonna use 2 extensions for this guy and just feed a socket on a swivel joint to get up in there at the right angle. All right, I'm locked on right now. Just gonna get it off. All right, at this point, you can reach your hand in there and get the nut off the stud. All right, and there it is. Now you can repeat this exact same process in the wheel well on the other side. At this point, we got the vehicle up in the air completely to access the front splitter here and the belly pan. We have to remove all the bolts connecting these two together in order to drop our bumper. Now, there's typically a bunch of 7mm screws holding on the front here, all along the front and the sides underneath of your fog lights. Now, ours have been replaced over the years. These are Phillips heads on ours. Yours will probably be 7mm. So just grab the appropriate tool and we're gonna get these guys off. All right, now we can move on to the sides. All right, so I have 2 7mm on the side here. Same thing on the other side. All right, so now if you go backward a little bit to the belly pan, we have a 10mm bolt on our subframe. All right, now if you go directly next to it on the other side, there's another one to take off. If you look at this little indent in the middle here, there should be 3 holes with 3 black pushpin clips. Now again, our Challenger has gone through some replacements over the years. These 3 guys are missing currently, but you should have 3 of those. Grab your panel removal tool, the same as we did under the hood, and get those 3 off and out of the way. All right, so next up, we have a couple of pushpin clips left. We have 2 here on the inside of the wheel well. We're gonna remove them on both sides. All right, I'll do the same thing on the other side. All right, next step, this is loose, so let's pull our belly pan off. All right, a couple of things to note here before we grab our bumper off. Make sure when you're pulling this off, you're being careful not to scratch the paint with the studs on the side. Also, you don't want to go too far with it because we still have to disconnect our fog light harness. So as soon as you get it off, you want to set it gently down close to the vehicle so you're not pulling on the harness. So from here, let's disconnect the sides, just like that. Same thing over here. All right, let's get it off. Going right down with it right here. And now we can reach in and unplug our harnesses. All right, now on our passenger side, both fog lights feed into one master harness, which we're just gonna reach down here and disconnect. You can follow the fog lights down and find this connector and just disconnect. Now we can set our bumper safely aside, making sure we're not scratching the paint.
So now with our bumper removed, we have one more thing we need to pop out, and that's our chrome surrounds in here. We've got all of these clips. We've got 8 on each, 1 on each side. I'm just taking a small flathead screwdriver to push the center tab on the clip in, and then we can push it down. And then once you have that removed on one side, do the same thing on the other side. So now we're ready to mount up our grill overlay. This is gonna just lay in there, just like that. Now the way we're gonna be mounting this is by using these anchors behind our actual grill. And then we're gonna use a screw going through the bracket and into this anchor. So now this is the hole that we're gonna be using. So I'm gonna get my anchor up from the bottom, just like that. I'm gonna drop the grill on top, and then just take a long Phillips head screwdriver to get this through the bracket and into our anchor. So first things first, I'm gonna drop all 4 of my screws into the holes, and then just line this up. Make sure that your screws go in the holes they're supposed to. Get this centered up, and then we'll grab a Phillips head screwdriver to grab onto the screw and thread that into our anchors behind the grill. So now grab your Phillips head screwdriver, put it through the grill there, grab onto your screw, and then go underneath and line up the hole with the anchor. We're just gonna get this snug enough to hold for now. And once we get all 4 installed, we'll come back and fully tighten everything down. So just do that same thing on all 4 of your screws. And I'll do the same thing with the 2 on the other side, and then we'll come back and fully tighten everything down. So now I've got my anchors on the other side installed. So now just make sure that your grill is sitting evenly on the sides here, and then you can go back and tighten everything down. And then do that same thing on the other side, and we'll throw the bumper back on. So now we can go ahead and take our bumper harness connector and plug that in. Press it in until you hear the click, and now we'll pick up our bumper and lay it onto the car. So now we can throw our bumper back on. You want to line up the 2 studs and this locating pin with the holes in the fender. If you have a second set of hands, it might be helpful here to get it lined up on one side while your buddy does the other. Just gonna get it sitting on there first. Line up my holes. Now we can start bolting up our bumper. I'm gonna start in the engine bay with that nut that goes on the stud right at the corner of our fender. Just get your thread started by hand, and then take a 10mm socket and tighten it down. And then do that same thing on the other side. So now we can go down into the wheel well. I'm on the passenger side here. I've got the tire turned outward. We've got those 3 clips on this fill panel down here. Now 2 of ours were missing, so I just have the one for the center. So get that one installed, and then there's one at the bottom here and one at the bottom back here. Once again, we're missing them, so I don't have any to put in there. So now I've turned the wheel inward now. We've got that stud that's right up around here that we gotta put our nut on. So we're gonna go in through the fender liner. This is gonna be impossible to see on camera. You just go in through the fender liner and find that stud. Thread your nut on as far as it'll go. And then grab a ratchet with a 10mm deep socket, get it on there, and tighten that down. And now we can reinstall that longer bolt into our bumper. And then you can take that same 10mm socket and tighten that down. And then once you have that installed, you can tuck your fender liner back into place. And then you can reinstall those 4 push clips. I've got 3 of them here. And then repeat that process on the other side. Now we can button up our top end. We've got these 6 push clips. Now I'm down to 5 here, so I'm not gonna have that last one. You might have to push the bumper in a little bit to line up your hole. And then we can reinstall our filler panels. We've got 2 clips on the side. We're just gonna press into place. I'm gonna tuck that under your hood latch, and then just do that same thing on the other side. Now we can hop underneath and reinstall our 7mm screws. We've got 5 in the middle and 2 on each side. And then take your 7mm socket, tighten these down, and do the same thing on the other side of the bumper. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the Phantom style stainless steel billet upper grille in black for your 2015 to 23 Challenger. Thank you for watching, and for all things Challenger, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.